Okay guys, I'm gonna try and get a shot of me in my rig here. We'll see how it works out. I'm new to cameras. I'm trying to show you folks my concentration curling machine. Homemade. It's really slick. It hits all the peaks, all parts of your arm. Move your wrists, move your forearms a little bit, you hit everything. It's better than free weights. I'm 69 and a half. I've done it all. I've been there. This is it. This is the best there is. Right now, folks, I haven't been at this in a year. We'll see what I can do here. You work these handles off here, Tony. Geez, I already got more on there I should be handling without any warm-up at all. I have to tilt this handle on here, ease it off into my hand, and put the back of my arms up on these cradles. You get the idea, folks. Put them back on the cradles. The handles fit over the cradle. Now, if I want to be a glutton for punishment, I'm going to take my camera off of the tripod here and show you folks something without ruining my camera. It's going to take a second or two. I'm still recording. Let's get my fingers out of the situation. See if I can get it. Yes, indeed. Get it. Oh, it's going all over the place because it's just hanging in midair. Alrighty. I'm putting the strap around my neck so I don't damage my camera. And here's what we got. We're going to zoom in on it here. It's nothing more than an incline bench that I added some steel plate fabrication, welding and fitting, and electric eye burning. Added these stanchions right here that I'm looking at right now that go over the top of the eye member shaped in a letter I at the bottom of this bench like this. And what I'm doing here is I got some 3-inch plate that I took and cut on an angle right at the base of this stanchion that holds the cradles, and I drilled and tapped it, put some Allen screws in it which lock it down to the frame of this bench, the incline bench. Then the whole bench was sitting on a fit slab at a Metropolitan Detroit area fit slab welding fit shop that I worked at, and I had the bench right there, and I figured out the angle that I wanted on these cradles, these pads that are nothing more than 3/8 inch thick square tube that has little rounds on it on all 4 corners, and I simply sliced off one edge of it and capped it off. I'm going to hold my finger out. There's the caps, one at each end. And I took myself, let's go over here and see what we got here. The little ingredients here. Oh, it's a tape measure. Yeah, here's what we got going, folks. Oh, it's polyurethane foam. I laid in these cradles, hollowed it out a little bit. Duct tape that one in, but the other one, and both of them are supposed to be a press fit. One cradle, the other cradle. And what I got here is all of these Jumpstretch bands are called Jumpstretch bands from Sri Lanka. They're rubber bands, 41 inches in diameter. The extra ones I'm just hanging on the actual, what would be the, the pegs on the back where somebody can help you with weights. If this is, being used as a weight bench with dumbbells or whatever. These foot pad right here that I'm wrapping at is where I store my extra rubber bands at. And actually I got one of them hanging right over here up to my power rack, which has nothing to do with what this bench is right here. But I got bands on it for other reasons. Now, this is done by step number one, figuring out the distance from the handles to where they're fastened into the ground back here. That's 57 inches from the handle, the point right here, from this snap hook, all the way back to there. It's 57 inches. Puts a little bit of stretch in this 41-inch band. However, these bands will stretch out 100 inches. I happen to put them off at other angles too. I don't think I even needed to do that. All I needed to do was go directly behind me. I have this particular machine preloaded at 45 pounds. And yes, these bands are supposedly 10-pound resistance bands. I believe they're closer to 6. And also, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a red band in here. These red bands are 25 pounds. Right there, I'm holding one of them. And they kind of look like the pink bands, or these, whatever color these bands are. Those are the micro minis. They enable you to make one set after another in your changes, because you're only making an upgrade of 6 pounds each time you add a new set. And it takes you seconds to take and open this hook right here, open that hook up, and simply add a new band in. And also, pulling from right at your feet, you've got a band right here which also has a snap hook on, which you can take off so that you can use this machine for triceps extensions behind your neck. Now, for those that are gluttons for punishment, on the ground right in front of this I got black bands. These black bands are 35 pounds. I got snap hooks, if you can see them, little small snap hook on those. I can hook those up to the handle. That way, a person is taking a pull from directly behind them, from down at your feet when you're making the rest of your curling motion, and then these 35-pound bands right here are pulling directly from in front of you, which will give you big time peaks in your biceps. What you got going is these type of, they're eye bolts. I don't fiddle faddle around. You can get regular steel. These just happen to be stainless steel. And I think they're 3/8 by 4 inches long. And I get a corresponding, these are called, you won't be able to see it because you can't focus on them right, red head anchor bolts, or red head anchors. It's nothing than a straight tube of steel that's got some louvers in it, and you drill a hole with a hammer drill, which you can rent from Home Depot, and you run a hole for whatever the hammer drill size is for those particular anchors. And mind you that those are 3/8 by 4 eye hooks, and I use, yes, I'm not a dummy, I use JB Weld at the bottom of the hooks when I'm putting them eye bolts in, because God, when I got plus 100-pound plus curls on, I don't want to eat stainless steel coming at my throat, my face, my eyes, or my chin, or killing me dead on the spot. So JB Weld, folks, that's what you're doing. Now these Jumpstretch bands, plug in Jumpstretch bands on your internet browser. Scroll down quite far, maybe a couple of pages, till you find Coach Bill Jacobs. He sells these micro minis. Now everybody sells these Jumpstretch bands, but not so many people, very few. Maybe all I know is Coach Bill Jacobs, he sells these micro minis. They're $6 a piece. You get 8 of them, what, that's 48 bucks. You could probably talk them down, give them 45 bucks for 8 of them. Don't tell him I told you that, but that's what you can do, and you can upgrade your system as you go by just adding more bands on all along. Now I've got bands all over this entire basement, all different kinds of things here, coming from over up ahead. I sit in my incline bench and forget all the rest of this apparatus and just pull these straps right hanging from the ceiling down